I'm Ashna Singh Saran, the founder of Ash Studio, and I'm super excited to be here today with the Wed Post. So I've always been a design student ever since I was a little girl. So even when I was in school, I'd always find myself in the art room. I kind of knew since I was 14 that I wanted to be a wedding designer, planner. So I actually went on to studying in London. I went to Central St. Martin's, which is like purely a design school. So it was really nice to have that experience come in where I studied design, and I studied a course called performance design, which was basically designed for space, for set. And I think that's something that really helps me even today with weddings. So I think I wanted to start Ash Studio when I graduated from college, but then it was that whole thing of my parents saying you should get experience and do this and do that. So I actually worked for 1 year with another company in Delhi. So I moved from Bombay to Delhi because again, Delhi is huge in terms of weddings. The production levels are insane. So I thought it would be a really good experience. And I think I was 22 when I started Ash Studio, and that's kind of where the journey began, and I think I'm here today. So basically for this wedding, what we did is we created a 40 by 40 or maybe even 50 by 50 foot structure, which was a complete truss on which we created like one of our signatures now, which is called the Tree of Life. It was like a tree put together with more than like 10,000 branches. And we created like water bodies and all of this. And for me, for someone it was my first event, I don't even think I could have dreamt of doing something like this. So it was an incredible experience. So I think today is all about like the young bride and the young groom. You see like all these girls who are like aspiring. I mean, Pinterest and Instagram has just sort of taken over everyone's lives. Everyone sort of like, you know, no matter what your budget is, whether it's like 1 lakh or 10, everyone wants that Pinterest perfect wedding. I mean, we at Ash Studio are like constantly striving to move beyond Pinterest, because now that our clients have Pinterest, I mean, where do we go for inspiration? So we're like constantly like looking around. What we do is, I mean, when we meet a client, it's always like a very fun and interesting process to kind of get to know them, understand like what their likes, what their dislikes are. A lot of the times, if it's a love marriage or even arranged, we kind of have this questionnaire that we send out. They kind of fill it up with answers. We like to know like what is personal to them, what are their preferences, what are the colors they like. You know, again, I think a huge thing here also lands up being clothes, because brides are so stressed about their clothes. So it's always about what color she's wearing, and obviously the groom just pretty much has to follow. So I don't think he has any winning there, but I think winning for him is by following the bride. After that, once we get all these answers, once we meet them, the team meets them, that's when we start sort of storyboarding and mood boarding. So we do everything from a color palette, giving them options for color palette, and then giving them a few directions to go with. So say it was a wedding, do you want to go red, do you want to go super traditional, or do you want to go like white and vintage and more like rustic? So I mean, we try to like gain their pulse, and I think also the venue dictates a lot. So we go to the venue with them, and that's how we start like creating and mood boarding, and you know, sort of also incorporating what's like personal to them. So I would say fortunately, yes. I think again, now I could have been criticizing Instagram 2 minutes ago, but then that's where again, it lands up being like one of the biggest platforms for us to showcase our work. So it's really interesting because, you know, we do gain, I feel touch with the clients that we've worked with have all been pretty much like these young bride and grooms, and people who like sort of understand not just Ash Studio, but me as well. So I think what's interesting is like the bond that we'll end up forming over the course of time, because again, a wedding is something that's personal, there's families involved, there are lots of emotions. So I think through that process is something that we create. We create number one, a bond with the client, and number two, like working with these young brides is super fun, and I think they see our vision like in our work, and then we see theirs. So I think it comes together beautifully. So the sooner the better for us. I mean, the sooner you start, I think, although like 4 to 5 months would be ideal. Again, depending on how much like detailing you want, how much you want to do. I mean, we always prefer clients to come to us early so that we're prepared like a lot ahead of time. But I think like the ideal time period would be like say 4 months for decor. And if you need to start planning, so in terms of like your hotels and logistics, I think like at least 6 to 8 months. Because like properties get taken and then you don't want to be like sort of stuck at the end picking the venue that you had no option but to choose. So I think the biggest, the question about sustainability and being eco-friendly always comes with a price tag. Unfortunately, because we've been in this sort of, like now everything that is sustainable and eco-friendly is actually more expensive, and that's why through the years we moved to a plastic, we moved to flex, we moved to these sort of mediums because it was cheaper. So yes, eco-friendly does come at a price. The price we're willing to pay is now obviously the big question that everyone's asking each other. If you want to be sustainable, I mean, there are like lots of things. We do get a lot of brides now who really want their weddings to be sustainable in any way and like any way possible, right? So it could be the smallest thing that you do, like you may not be able to make all of it eco-friendly and sustainable, but there may be like 1 or 2 things. So like for example, something that we're doing is using like sustainable fabrics. Something that we're doing is trying to use less flex, because flex again takes like more than 1,000 years to disintegrate. For example, for even today, we've used a lot of fake flowers because you know that you can use them again and again and you're not sort of killing flowers. Succulents is a great way. So succulents, potted plants, and then use them for your giveaways, right? Like you don't even need to do the bangles. You don't need to do all of that. It's such a nice gift, and what happens is people take it home. It lasts at home. It's not something that somebody just sort of tucks away. So I feel like moving towards like these sort of like small things could make a big difference. In events, in the entire space, you do get angry. There's lots of shouting. There's a lot of all of that goes on at the back. There's also a lot of things to plan. I think like the number of things you plan for an event, I never imagined actually went in. And not just that, I think now we have brides and grooms whose requests are just going crazy and crazier day by day. So it's like the smallest thing, like from something printed on a cushion for them, or like making sure, say, that a gift reached somewhere on time. And there are like there's so many sort of people involved in the process, so many moving parts that you don't sort of, that you cannot have control over all of them all the time. So I think the first thing to realize is that you will never always be in control. The second thing we try to do is plan almost everything we can to the T. We try to create like a Bible handbook for the team. So there are like lots of different things that we do. And then I think at the end of the day, at an event, you need to realize that there are going to be certain things that may go a certain way. And at that point, it's just about acting on your feet and making sure your client is happy. Bride on a budget. So I think there are like various things that you can do. So things that we do for certain clients, and again this helps in being like eco-friendly and sustainable, is like, for example, if you're using flowers for your sangeet, maybe you can reuse the same flowers for your wedding but just sort of add in like another color, right? Also, like flowers do tend to get expensive, so maybe sometimes using fake flowers, using a little bit more fabrics, less structures, I think that helps. Take as much from the venue as you can as possible, and as much as they're willing to give you, because that always helps, where you don't need to rent things like tables and chairs. And I think obviously get the right planner, and I think get someone who understands your vision, someone who also has certain inventory that they can give you, and I think it should work out. Umbrellas, like I don't understand umbrellas. So one of the most, it was this wedding that we did at Mukesh Mills, which was apparently this haunted mill, but I think it was like the most beautiful venue we've ever worked in. I really don't know. And that, I mean, I keep thinking like, what would I do if it weren't for this? But I really don't know. I think this is something I've always envisioned as a child. My dad. So there are so many. I think I love Goa. You can do Udaipur, Jaipur if you want something that's palatial, and then Kerala if you're looking for something that's sort of like tropical. Outdoor, hands down. My favorite flowers are Cymbidium orchids, Eryngium, Estoma. So basically I like to work with flowers that are not typically like sort of traditional. So I think there are two very sort of stark color combinations. One is you could go like all out red, gold and super Indian and traditional. And you could also go like whites, pinks. That also looks beautiful. My favorite part of what I do, I love the fact that I can be creative like every single day. I think I have so many ideas like bundled up in my head and so many screenshots on my phone that I just can't wait to like sort of execute them, and I think the fun for me is all about like finally seeing that come to life. I have loved Devika Narain from day one, and my mentor who was Vandana Mohan, the wedding design company, who I just think does the most amazing work all over the world.